Ukraine says that Russia has launched a new ground offensive on the country's northeastern border, advancing about 1 kilometer inside Ukraine. Officials say that there was massive shelling in the town of Vovchansk near the city of Kharkiv. Ukraine has rushed reinforcements to the region to shore up local defenses. Ukrainian forces are evacuating residents. At least one civilian, we understand, has been killed in the shelling. Ukraine's President Zelensky says that the military had anticipated the attack, and he says, quote, a fierce battle is underway. All right, for more, I want to cross now to our correspondent, Nick Connolly. He is in Kyiv. Nick, what do you make of this latest news coming from the Kharkiv region? What's going on?
Brent, it's really difficult to get a handle on the situation there. The geography is pretty complex. You've got fighting going on near Vovchansk, which is about 70 kilometers northeast of Kharkiv, just on that Russian frontier. But you also have reports of fighting directly north of Kharkiv in the kind of villages along the border there, which are about themselves 50 kilometers away as the crow flies from Vovchansk. And then reports of some other villages also affected slightly further away. So this is a big area. This is a reminder that Ukraine has a very, very long border, about 1,000 kilometers with Russia. So even away from the front lines, there is lots of territory that needs to be controlled. And there had been expectation that something might happen because Russia was building up troops in that part of the country. And just a couple of hours ago, it really seemed like maybe they'd be rolling in and trying to take Kharkiv, Ukraine's second city. That doesn't seem to be the case now. We've actually had a report recently from the regional governor saying that Russia hasn't been able to take any territory. They've been pushed back. We're not 100% sure if that is the conclusive answer. There's lots of reports of basically Russian saboteur groups crossing the border and operating kind of chaotically behind the Ukrainian lines. Lots of questions in Ukraine tonight, how that was possible, why this border was not better closed off, why there weren't minefields, why they were able to cross. And it just really kind of reminds us of the chaos last summer when you had Ukrainian-backed Russian exile groups doing the same thing on the Russian side of the border. It really seems like this kind of chaotic kind of border raid situation, and we can't really tell where this is going for now.
Yeah, we know that Ukrainian forces are already struggling to hold the line in the eastern part of the country. This could look like an attempt by Russia to start a two-front war, but as you say, we don't know. I mean, could this then be the major Russian assault that Ukraine has been bracing for?
Well, I just came back from the front lines in the east a couple of weeks ago, and when you ask people, were they, the soldiers there or the locals, are you expecting some big Russian advance, some push, they say to you, it's already started. It's been way more intensive in the last couple of months since Ukraine started getting less in the way of Western weapons, and the Russians saw that chance, so they didn't really see much chance for more. But certainly there is an interpretation that this could be about diversionary tactics, Russia trying to force Ukraine to send troops to the Kharkiv region to weaken those defenses in the east, especially while it still waits for those $60 billion of US aid to reach the front lines. And we have seen lots of talk in Russian state media about basically flattening Kharkiv, trying to kind of create panic amongst the civilian population, trying to force people to leave that city, to give up and to basically move further away from the Russian border. So there's definitely a sense that the Russians want people to be scared. They have basically announced this in a way that they wouldn't really have if this was just about the military side. And for now, it is a very difficult situation. They've had basically be an air raid alarm for the best part of 10 hours there. So it is extraordinarily difficult for the locals, and lots of people who are closer to the border, not necessarily in Kharkiv city itself, but close to the border, are definitely packing their cases and leaving.
DW's Nick Connolly with the latest tonight from Kyiv, Ukraine. Nick, as always, thank you.